welcome to the 2026 Wayne State University Women's Soccer Preview. I'm Jeff Weiss, and joined by first-year head coach Doug Steinard. Doug, about a year ago you got hired. How's the last year been?
It's been everything. It's been ups and downs, but it's been fun and exciting, and we're ready. We're ready to go.
So first you had to get a staff, because obviously in the fall wasn't time to recruit yet. But
yeah, we started, obviously, when I was going through the interview process, like assembling a staff, and Haas was on the list, and Avery. So we assembled a staff and started recruiting, and then I know Emily from her playing days, so we got Emily in, and we were off and running, and then we got recruiting.
And you were able to bring 9 kids in at Christmas to
Yep.
kind of get a feel for Wayne State.
Yep, so we brought 9 in the winter transfer portal. So we had like a pseudo spring, we called it, and we did some training, but we just kind of got those kids in to, start the program essentially and start building the standards and the culture.
And you kind of have a 50-50 split, 17 freshmen, 16 transfers, from a couple of grad transfers all the way down to a couple of redshirt freshmen. So you've got the whole gamut.
Yeah, we did that on purpose. Like, we wanted to have a balanced roster. Haas and I use that word, and Avery use that word a lot, of being balanced. So bringing in older kids that have been in other programs to kind of help, adjust. Obviously 17 freshmen is a big number. But we're very excited about 17. They're good players. So
Sounds good. Speaking of playing, you've had an exhibition game already. You've got a couple more on the docket. August 27th, Northwood.
Away at Northwood. It's going to be obviously one of the better GMAC teams. I think they were in the tournament last year. A road test for our first game ever. And the only school in Michigan that's not in the GLIAC. So I think there's that to that. And obviously I know Mike really well just from club and stuff like that. So we can't wait. We got some work to do, but we're excited.
Sounds good. Obviously, you have a road game at Detroit Mercy on a Sunday evening. Then you come home for the first home game ever in program history against Ohio Dominican. So kind of a busy non-conference slate.
Yeah, it's busy. Obviously, playing Detroit was on our list, and Steve agrees. Like, it makes sense for us to play, just being the two Detroit schools. So that'll be a cool game. And then Ohio Dominican for our first home game right after school starts. So we're hoping there's a nice crowd there, and we finish up with Madonna. So, and then we're on the road to Ferris.
Yeah, the GLIAC season.
Yeah, a lot of first.
Is upon us.
Yeah, first game ever is on the road. First GLIAC game is on the road. So
Sounds good. So tell us, what are some of the goals? I mean, I don't even know where you start with a first year program, and obviously 33 kids that weren't here 8 months ago.
Yeah, that was goal 1, assemble a team, and then obviously goal 2 for this year is just start to build like the standards and the culture and how we want to play, and in the classroom, off the field. We're going into it to compete. I think everybody in the conference would tell you they want to try to win the conference. So we're going to take it one game at a time.
It's not an easy conference
It
either.
is not. No,
If you look at like regional champions over the last half dozen years,
Yeah.
we've had 3 or 4 different schools that have been in that mix. So.
Yeah, it's very much a competitive conference, top to bottom. You just look at obviously last fall I followed along a lot. A lot of 1-2 goal games. Like, doesn't matter where they're at in the table. So just be competitive and kind of start make a name for yourself. I told the girls on day 1, like, we're no longer the new school. We're just another school in the GLIAC.
Sounds good. Speaking of the kids, is there any kids we should kind of keep an eye out for?
Yeah, obviously Reagan, who ironically is a transfer from Northwood, is also our captain.
Okay.
She's going to kind of anchor us in the back. Marin, who came to us from Dayton, is a grad transfer, so she's playing her last year, and we're excited about her. And some of our we have some really good freshmen coming in. Ellie Whalen, I think, is going to be an important player for us. Santa Maru. So there's I could go on. We have, I think, out of our 16 freshmen, 13 of them were all-state players this past year, and there's some good college resumes on there. But what you do on the field is the most important.
Fans coming out to the September 4th through the October 31st regular season finale, what would they say when they go home? Wayne State women's soccer is.
We hope it's exciting. We hope they give them a good show. We want to be, we want to score lots of goals and be hard to score on. And I think the biggest thing is we want people to see like the passion and the pride they have for Wayne State. Being a first year, like we want everybody to believe in the badge, and like everybody's here is a Wayne State kid now. It's not the school they transferred into or where they're coming from, high school or club. Like they're Wayne State women's soccer players, and I think we want that environment to be fun. We want that environment to be hardworking, and we want to just I think at the end of the day just compete all the time, like from the start of the game to the end of the game.
Well, it should definitely be an exciting season. So, thank you for watching this edition of Get to Know Wayne State Athletics, the Women's Soccer Edition.